Hey guys, it's Huckleberry here, and I am on Slums today using the Chicom CQB and getting the double swarm. I go 55 and 9 in this gameplay, and I am not using Ghost, and I'm not using a silencer. And this was a personal challenge of mine after I got a swarm. You know, I was using Ghost and Ghost and the suppressor to get to that swarm, so I wanted to do it without those benefits. So this is that gameplay, and I'll have some others coming your way. So I wanted to show you kind of an aggressive gameplay with me running around a little bit more and being on the radar and showing you how I will evade people and still put them down. So I was happy with this gameplay, and I also liked it because it's a different map than what I've shown you previously, and it's a different weapon. So I don't want to bore you guys with the same maps like Carrier and Hijacked and using the MSMC. And I want to introduce the other weapons into the game and also get good gameplays on all the maps. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is things that I'm doing to improve my gameplays, and these are not about like in-game tips. This is about out-of-game tips and controlling your network and controlling your system and setup. So, a couple of things that I do to be successful at Call of Duty and to have a high kill-death ratio. I'll tell you guys exactly how I do it. First off, I have a monitor that I play on. I don't play on a big 50-inch TV screen. I have a 23 or 25-inch, I'm not sure how big it is, monitor in my office, and I play in a business chair on that screen. And what that allows me to do is the movements between targets is much shorter. I'm closer to the screen. I see things in my peripheral a lot easier, and I have less screen real estate to deal with. So I think that allows me to be able to aim faster to certain spots. I don't know if it's just like my if that's in my head, like a placebo effect, but I definitely like playing on a small screen and sitting closer to the screen. Now, the other thing I will do sometimes is play with my sound on low, and I feel like that stresses me out a little bit less. Sometimes when I wear a headset, I get kind of stressed out and intense, and if I just play with the volume on low, just with the speakers, I end up finding that I focus a little bit better when I'm not trying to communicate with everyone, and I'm just thinking about the gameplay. Another thing that I do is when I go into connection, when I go to join a game, join match, and I go into public match, I hit the square button on the PS3. I'm not sure what the Xbox setting is, but it allows you to set your connection preferences. And I always set that to best. And I've been doing that now for, I think, about a week after the game came out. I've been setting it to best ever since. And that's going to find the best possible gameplay for you and reduce the lag that you might experience while in-game. So definitely need to be on best in your matches. If you're not already doing that, I highly encourage you to do so. The next thing I do is I configure my network to be sort of more efficient with the PlayStation 3 and or Xbox. And the way I do that is I have a Cisco router. Series is E4200, and it has quality of service, also called QoS. And what QoS allows you to do is it allows you to set priorities on devices on your network. And what I've done is I've identified the MAC address, the MAC address of my PS3, and I've put that into my QoS settings. And then what that allows me to do then is say, my PS3 now is a high priority device on my network. So I don't care as much about my iPhone, I don't care as much about my laptop or my cable. I want my PS3 network traffic to be extremely efficient and put those packets of information through first. And what that allows you to do is when you're engaging in a gunfight, I feel more confident that the information is transferring faster and I'm getting a better lag or less lag in the game. Now the other thing I will do is identify, since I have the MAC address, I've just used that to set the quality of service. I will also make it so that my PS3 is static. And what I mean by static is every time you turn it on, it will have the same local IP address. So if you're familiar with the 192.168.1 dot whatever number, if I set my PS3 using the MAC address, I can always set it to be 192.168.1.5. Every time I turn it on and connect to PlayStation Network, the IP of that PlayStation will be .5. And that is really helpful. It's helpful in terms of being able to set that QoS. It's also helpful in terms of forwarding your ports. So They also put a link in the description to what ports you need to forward. I think this is absolutely essential that you forward these ports on your router. I'm not comfortable with just putting my router into a DMZ mode where all the ports are open. I want to know exactly what ports need to be forwarded, and make sure that they're all forwarded for that IP address. So since I've set my PS3 to a static IP, I can then use that. Every time I include a port, I'm using the PS3 IP address for that port. So that's how I make my router more efficient and prioritize it for gaming. And let me know if that works for you guys. I can do a video. I have to get a screen recorder, and then I can show you how my router is configured and how I set that up. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is FPS Freaks. And I am not, I don't have any affiliation with FPS Freaks. They're not, they're not paying me anything. I haven't had any conversations with anybody. I've watched some videos on YouTube where people recommended them, and I was a skeptic of FPS Freaks from the beginning. I just thought, why would I ever use these things? So I didn't think I needed them, and you really don't know what you're missing until you try something. So a buddy of mine, he brought over a close quarter combat one, which is a shorter profile FPS Freak, and it sits on one of the right analog stick, and it's concave, I guess, instead of convex or vice versa. It basically is more like a boat than it is a bump, and then it has little tiny bumps or little grips on it, so your thumb is really comfortable. And I used that for a little while, and I liked it. It was very comfortable, very easy to aim and maneuver around. So then I said, what the heck? Let me go out, let me buy these FPS Freaks and just test them. They're 10, 20 bucks, whatever, and I'll see how they go. So what I did is I ended up finding a gamer pack that included 4 of them, and I'll put a link to the gamer pack in the description. Basically, it is 2 of the close quarter combats, the CQCs, and 2 of the Vipers, which I guess is the latest. I like those better than the classics. So they're the tall ones. So yeah, you get 2 CQCs, 2 classics, or 2 Vipers, and then what I did is I put the CQC on the left analog stick, which is what you use for moving around, and then I put the taller one, the Viper, on the right analog stick, which is what you use for aiming. I found that I did not need the tall one on the left analog stick. It was actually kind of clumsy. But on the right analog stick, it allows me to aim incredibly fast and lock onto my targets, do 180s, turning on guys, and also for drop shotting and ducking, it's easier to hit that button. So, guys, I thought I was going to get hand cramps and carpal tunnel from using these. I thought I'll try it for a day and I'll stop. And to be honest with you, I never had any pain from using them. I enjoyed them. A couple games it was like, okay, let me get used to this. Took a little while, but by the second, third day, I was loving it. And this setup works really well for me. So anyway, I'm not promoting them, for money or anything, but I will tell you that since I've put them on, I've gotten the high score streaks. Before I was using these, and I don't know if this is just coincidence or if it's related, but I was not getting to the high score streaks, and since then I feel like it's been easier. Maybe it's that I've been aiming a little bit better. Maybe my accuracy has gone up a little bit, and I've been able to just lock onto guys and put them down. So that's my take on it. Again, whatever suits you, it floats your boat. Whatever's most comfortable, you should do. But I recommend testing them out, and hopefully they will help you improve your games. So yeah, anyway, the video is coming to a close. I just want to thank you guys for listening, and hope you guys got some value out of this. If you did or did not, just please leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you liked the video or didn't like the video, if you could also just please click that like button or dislike button, and also as well subscribe if you like my channel. All right, thanks guys. Hope you have a good day. Talk to you later.
Way to take it to him. Good win.